Hi, my name is Nathan, and today we're going to do a comic book review of Task Force Z, issue number 2, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. At the end of the first issue, Jason Todd, also known as by his crime-fighting name Red Hood, is completely, helplessly stuck in ice and freezing to death. To make things worse, he can't defend himself against the zombie of Arkham Knight that is gnashing its way through the snow towards him with the intention of eating his brains and eating him alive. Crispin over the radio can't receive what Jason is saying. The mission this team is on is to recruit as many dead heroes and villains to resurrect them to join the task force, and also bringing in those that have escaped Arkham. I mean, this is like zombie version Suicide Squad. That's what I'm calling this book. In addition to this mission, it has already resulted in the casualties of 2 members of the Task Force Z, Bane and Man-Bat. But hey, they'll come back to life, I'm sure, with some of that resin pill, right? Mr. Bloom comes across a wounded and staggering Mr. Freeze and slams his hand over Freeze's face as Lazarus resin spills forward. I mean, that's a lot of pills just dropping out of there. Informing the villain that he's always preferred to be on his own side. Redhead is working with the secret organization capable of bringing back people to life, which they did to him by means of the Lazarus pill. But their Lazarus pill can also turn corpses into zombies, and in the next few panels, we find out that the 2 recently dead members have been revitalized. As long as their heads remain intact, they can be brought back to life. Now that Jason Todd knows exactly what is happening with his teammates, it puts him in a morally compromised situation, so he threatens to quit and blow the whistle to journalist Deb Donovan, that is, until he's stopped by the shadowy figure running the operation. Later, Jason is regrouped with the Arkham Knight, who looks more alive than ever before after being given a bigger dose of the Lazarus resin. Due to the loss of her legs after the fight with Mr. Freeze, Jason is caught off guard seeing her fully conscious and aware of her thoughts and surroundings after the previous horrific occurrence where his life flashed before his eyes due to her flesh-eating urges. Jason Todd tells Crispin he wants assurances before he does another mission. After that trauma with Arkham Knight and the others, he wants someone who could watch his back in case the zombie cravings kick in, and they want to eat him up. Soon afterwards, Crispin gives Jason Todd Mrs. Holbert to watch over his back. You gotta appreciate the irony, or just not giving a what about the mission in a way. But then again, there's a twist to it, there's a plot twist to it. There's more to Mrs. Holbert than what you might think. The team is once again sent out on a mission to bring back another recruit from Arkham, whom they don't know of until they sneak in and face off against Cobra and his entire army of goons. The action ratchets up and gets even more brutal and compelling when Bane takes on nearly a dozen Cobra Cult goons all at once. Bane towers over them and seems to be at least 12 to 15 feet tall, as shown on this page. One goon has a knife in Bane's chest and is being swung around as Bane literally tears up another goon apart. Bloom has once again mysteriously disappeared during the chaos. Man, this guy's a bitch. But then again, I don't know. I'm just gonna go on with the story. And Hannah Holbert tells Red Hood to turn off the light. Though hesitant, she tells him to trust her, and she reveals the demonic entity that lives inside of her that takes over her when in the darkness, which easily finishes off the remaining Cobra henchmen. Her darkness lives in the dark, and she lives in the light. Too much of either, and one of them takes control. She also was the one who checked her own self into Arkham decades ago. Now, as she approaches Todd and the other crew, as she's ready to do some damage on, they quickly turn on the light and she goes back to normal. Bloom calls out to Jason after finding their man, who lies stiffly in a coffin and resembles Deadshot, or at least a zombie version of Deadshot. Jason turns his back to the coffin to communicate his complaints of the entire situation with Crispin. You know the brother is not pleased. However, before he can finish, or before he can even begin really, he's shot through the back and collapses on the floor with the previously assumed dead body risen from the coffin. And that's how we end this issue. Now, I don't know if Jason Todd's gonna have to take some more resin to be brought back to life because his head remained intact, but I am curious to see. Now, from new teammates to insane fight scenes, I think Task Force Z continues to level up the crazy. The story bits are a little far-fetched, but it feels original and exciting and somewhat mysterious. You're taking Suicide Squad, but making it into a zombie version, which it feels typical but uncommon and new at the same time, which will leave you intrigued, and it'll leave you wanting more, and it left me wanting more. Link in description if you wish to add this comic book to your comic book collection. You'll find this comic wildly entertaining, full of action and suspense, leaving you on the edge of your reading seat. I highly recommend you give it a shot, and keep following the show because I will be covering more Task Force Z issues. With that being said, Task Force Z issue number 2. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also, if you like the content we're throwing up, You know what to do. Don't be shy and don't be stingy. Here at Rated Comics, we do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.